Visiting Soshanguve police station north of Prertoria after the killing of a police officer in a shootout with suspects in the area on Friday night. Another officer is in a stable condition in hospital. The two officers were conducting a stop-and-search patrol when they were attacked. It's alleged that they pulled over a suspicious white Toyota Corolla when suspects opened fire on them. The sergeant succumbed to injury and was certified dead on arrival at the clinic. The vehicle was tested and confirmed as stolen in Fuesleras. The suspects are still at large. Well, for the latest on the story, we are joined by SABC reporter Molemo Waona Motwa coming through from Soshanguve. Good afternoon, Molemo. Please could you tell us about the minister's visit to Soshanguve this afternoon?
Afternoon. I'm in Soshanguve right now at the Buchilo Private Hospital. We've seen in recent months that crime in this area actually has raised some serious concerns, which were even brought to the attention of President Jacob Zuma, who during his State of the Nation address vowed to make it an apex of his government. And this morning we've been having Minister Fikile Mbalula, Minister of Police, who came to the Soshanguve police station. That's following the shooting incident of police officers in the area on Friday. And with me now is the Minister. Minister, if you can just take us through what exactly happened and what have you been briefed about?
Constable Mampuru and Sergeant Sibia were on patrol when they stopped a random car which was suspicious, and the criminals opened fire on them, injured Constable Mampuru and killed Sergeant Sibia. We are here to communicate one message. Criminals cannot own the space, and they've got no right over our lives. And they cannot terrorize society and kill policemen, and then that will look like it is in vain. As we speak now, we have rounded up those criminals, two of them, 30 minutes ago. We have arrested them with illegal firearm in their possession. Because you must know that the life of a law enforcement agent and a policeman is valuable to this society. Criminals, we must make, and we are going to make their life unbearable. We cannot coexist with them. We are chalk and cheese with them. And they must understand wherever they are, they can run, but we will find them. We will find them and we will lock them up with all the dangerous weapons. And we will strengthen the law to ensure that our police officers are protected at all times. And to them, they must be vigilant at all times, because criminals are merciless, and at the same time, they don't care for life. So that is what has actually happened. An important police officer, Sergeant Sibia, has passed on. We are here to extend our condolences to his family and to also visit Constable Mampuru.
And Minister, as I've actually indicated that the problem here in Soshanguve has actually raised a lot of concerns, and where we saw in President Zuma even roped in. What are the measures? What are plans that have been put in place to ensure that crime indeed in this area is fought tooth and nail?
We are going to come back to Soshanguve in the next coming 2 weeks to attend to all the concerns that were raised with the President in this particular police station and in this particular area, crime infested. But we will not win crime if we don't work with communities. It is important that we strengthen that partnership, but we strengthen the capacity of the police to be able to fight crime in this particular area. Our police station here will be examined in terms of the capacity, and all the challenges that they are faced with. We'll try to address all of those challenges. We need to check up our IT setup to ensure that we are able to respond adequately to elements of criminality in Soshanguve. So we are going to come back, cluster commanders and with the top management of the police, we're going to come back here, look at all the issues that need immediate attention in Soshanguve. Criminals here in this area must know that the holiday is over. We are on top of them, and we are coming. We're coming very hard and fast. And they must understand that the holiday for them lumbering around, terrorizing society, doing as they wish, the party is over. We are coming, and it's a matter of time before we find them.
And also following the appointment of the new Hawks boss, we've seen reports about the former one saying that, you know, he remains adamant that he's not going anywhere. Your comment on that?
Illiteracy against the law, it is inexcusable, particularly from a police officer and a high-ranking one like General Ntlhameza. There is nothing to comment about. If he understands and he follows the law and he respects the rule of law in this country, he will understand what the courts have decided. I'm not the court. If he feels that he has been done a disservice, he must approach the court, which he has done. The court have said that the judgment of the 17th of March stands, but have granted him an appeal to the High Court anyway. But that judgment stands. So I'm not here to give lecture to police officers who are expected to respect the rule of law and to understand the law and pretend to be ignorant. I am here to enforce what the law has actually guided us to do, and it will be done to the latter. And there is no games, and we don't have time to be answering one and the same question the year over. We've got work to do, and a part of our work is not to be in the courts to answer useless cases, and that is what we are not about. So you must respect the law and do what it is right. If he's not doing what it is right, we will enforce it, most definitely. So there's no standoff between the minister and General Ntlhameza. He must do what it is right in terms of the law. If he's not, we'll force him to respect the law. And I'm not about, I was not even thinking that that will be the case. We need to part ways, and we have parted ways amicably in terms of the courts. And that is what we are following.
And earlier today, Minister, COPE laid charges against you for providing Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma with the presidential protection. Also, your comment on that?
Well, COPE is doing what we call political gimmick, because there's no need to lay any charge against me. They should have come to me and asked, and I would have answered them nicely, either through a parliamentary question or otherwise. They don't need to be running to court and basically do it the Hollywood style. Why should they do that? I'm here, my door is open to explain to them. To give protection to Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, it is informed by the threat analysis around her, which the police have done. And that is why a protection is actually extended. Threat analysis is done on any other prominent individual, you know, and it can be extended and it can be withdrawn. So that is what we are looking at. And you could have seen in the past 2 weeks, there's been an attempt on her life. 6 balaclava, heavily armed with automatic machine guns, men raiding where she's staying and looking for her. And then once they saw that they can't find her, they sped off, you know, and they're holding somebody at ransom. So that is what we are talking about. We guard anybody based on the threat analysis. All individuals, if their cases are brought before us, we've been doing it and will continue to do that. And it is based on the evidence that we've got in terms of the threat analysis around it. It has got nothing to do with family. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma has been an activist and a minister of our cabinet. She has done well. From health to home affairs. She changed, you know, the face of home affairs. African Union. We have never related with her on the basis of family. In fact, they've long divorced with President Zuma. So it has got nothing to do with their personal relationship. It has got to do with her stature and the fact that she's faced with a threat that we need to guard and at the same time to attend to from the perspective of the police and the protection services.
Thank you, Minister. There was Minister Fikile Mbalula, Police Minister from Soshanguve. It's back to the studio.
That is our reporter, Molemo, coming through live from Soshanguve, where she just spoke to the Minister of Police, Fikile Mbalula.